Oh, got another one. Courtney Crush. Courtney. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our December 8th, 2020 Special Magistrate hearing for building services. May I have all the inspectors stand, please, and raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You may be seated.
Our first case is on page 1. Inspector Jose Saragusti, case number BE 20040034, case address 50 Isle of Venice, owner 50 Isle of Venice LLC, in care of John A. Brown. The property was posted on 11/24/2020 and posted at City Hall on 11/25/2020.
One moment, Inspector. Mr. Brown, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to truth that do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceeding?
I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Inspector.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. There are expired permits related to this property. City is requesting 42 days to comply and $50 per day thereafter.
How many days? All right, on behalf of the owner, Mr. Brown?
Yes. Do you want me to speak, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay, we went in last March 1st and to get the permit for the new 5-story building that I'm going to build there. And the permit number that we got on March 1st is 20030001. We submitted it on March 1st. Then it took until mid-June to get comments. We replied to the comments in mid-July. We had more comments in September, and we submitted in October. And now the permit, the only thing that hasn't been approved, I think, is by the elevator, and we're working on getting that resolved, and we should have that in with the next week or so. So I'm hoping that we will have the final permit for the new building not later than the 41 days that the inspector was kind enough to give us.
All right, excellent. For the record, I found the violation does exist. 42 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is a hearing to impose fines on page 20. Inspector Mario Karasquawl, case number BE 20090012, case address 2200 South Andrews Avenue, owner Miami Yacht Divers, Inc. This property was cited on 9/3/2020 to comply by 10/3/2020. One section not complied at $250 per day, $16,250 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
Mr. Gonzalez, are you there? Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Cameron?
Yeah.
Is Courtney on? She just signed up for this case also.
Hello?
Mr. Cameron,
Yes.
would you like to wait for Courtney Crush to log in? She has not logged in as of yet. Would you like to wait and recall your case?
Yes, please.
Okay, we will recall your case once she logs in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 21. Inspector Mario Karasquawl, case number BE 20100062, case address 191 Northeast 23rd Avenue, owner 7 Hours Drive LLC, in care of Springfield Beacon Holding LLC. This property was cited on 10/28/2020 to comply by 11/7/2020. One section not complied at $200 per day, $6,000 accrued. The city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, Mr. Marcus.
Good morning, Your Honors.
Morning.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Inspector.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Mario Karasquawl for the city of Fort Lauderdale. Presenting case and address as read. This case complied by November 20th. I had a conversation with the owner on December the 3rd, and the city will request to reduce the fines to the administration cost of $250.
All right. On behalf of the owner.
Good morning. I believe that Mr. Karasquawl had a conversation with our general contractor, Jack Billy. He should be in the room. He also signed up. I believe he should as well be in the room. But this I'm speaking on behalf of the owner. I represent the owner of the property. The property was cited, as the inspector said, and within a day or two thereafter, we called for a revisit, and we were unable to reach the inspector. So I would respectfully ask whether the administrative costs could be mitigated, given that the violation was taken care of within days of the violation. We just couldn't get, it got this far only because we could not get in touch with Mr. Karasquawl.
All right.
Mr. Marcus, I'm sorry, can you repeat the name of the other person who signed up for this case?
Sure. Jack Billy, Villy, is the general contractor who is working for the owner.
We have an Israel, Billy?
Villy.
Israel?
Israel, yes.
Okay. He's entering the room now.
Okay.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Billy.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you? Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Billy, anything else you want to add?
No, just the fact that, we spoke to Mr. Mario, the inspector, and he was just saying the same thing that Mr. Marcus said. Basically, we did what we had to do. We tried to get a hold of him. And he was very, he was a team player. He understood. I had text messages to him and phone calls, and he said he would drop it and just narrow it down to whatever it's got to be. And he did comply with that, and that's about it.
Okay. Anything further from the city?
No, the
I'm going to
case was but 30 days out of complaints.
Yeah, I'm going to reduce the fine to administrative cost, $250.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 21. Inspector Mario Karasquawl, case number BE 20070313, Case address 629 Northwest 14th Way. Owner CDH Management LLC. This property was cited on 7/23/2020 to comply by 7/23/2020. One section complied at $200 per day. $2,000 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
Good morning, Ms. Martha.
Good morning.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mario.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Mario Karasquawl for the city of Lauderdale. I had a conversation with the management representative, and at this time, the city will propose to reduce the fines to the administration cost of $290.
Okay, on behalf of the owner,
Yes, we agree with that, and we will proceed to pay the $290.
all right, very good. The fine is waived, administrative cost $490. $290, I'm sorry, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 22. Inspector Jorge Martinez. Case number CE 19031267. Case address 1412 Northwest 15 Terrace. Owners William and Cynthia Spencer. This case was first heard on 7/11/2019 to comply by 10/9/2019. Suspended 12/10/19 to 3/11/2020. And also suspended 3/16/2020 to 9/4/2020. One section complied at $50 per day. This is the city's request to vacate the order from July 11th, 2019.
Okay.
There is no respondent, but this is a request to vacate the order.
All right, okay. The order of July 11th, 2019 is vacated.
Our next case is on page 2. Inspector Alexander Alvarez. Case number CE 2003039. Case address 800 Northwest 10 Terrace. Owner Roy and Roy Inc. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number CE 2003-0389, property address 800 Northwest End Terrace. I initially visited this property on March 16, 2020, and observed 2 new air conditioning and ductwork installed without first obtaining the required permits. Property was cited for work without permit, FPC 2017, section 105.1. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner March 17, 2020, with 30 days to get into compliance. Final notice was mailed on June 26, 2020. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on November 25th, 2020. As of December 2nd, 2020, no permit has been applied for. I spoke with the owner and she agrees to get into compliance within 63 days. City is requesting for the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
One moment, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Roy.
This is Mrs. Roy's daughter, Nalini Trader.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Roy. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I spoke to Mr. Alvarez on the 3rd of December in regards to the violations and all the correspondence which have been received. Prior to this, it was my brother managing the property for my mother, and he passed in February, so I've had to pick up everything and to move forward with it. I spoke to the individual leasing the store where the violations were issued. The repairs initially started as just minor repairs, but I am now up to speed, and I spoke to Mr. Alvarez. We are in the process of complying with everything that was cited. He has some estimates on the quotes, and he has an engineer because there is a plan that must be submitted with the permit application. As I said, I did speak to Mr. Alvarez, and we're requesting 63 days if possible.
All right. For the record, I find the violation does exist. 63 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
First case.
Our next case is on page 4. Inspector Leonardo Martinez, case number CE 20050370, case address 413 Southwest 22nd Terrace, owners Victor and Esther Rosario, property posted 11/23/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Really?
CE 200503770.
Is there a respondent here for this case? I don't see anybody.
Yes, hello.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
Hi,
Yes.
good morning. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Inspector.
Good morning, Your Honor. Building Inspector Leo Martinez representing the city. KCE 2005-0370 on the property located at 413 Southwest 22nd Terrace. I visited this property on May 19th of 2020 and observed an enclosed carport with a new roof, deck, and walls. New windows and doors installed without first obtaining the required permits. The property was cited for work without permits under FBC 2017 section 105.1. This case was opened on May 16 of 2020. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner May 20 of 2020. The final notice was mailed at the property owner in June 29th of 2020. Notice of hearing mailed out in November 30 of 2020. A permit application was submitted in November 6, 2020. The permit is in process. We're asking your owner to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 72 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 per day, $50 per violation per day thereafter.
All right, on behalf of the owner.
Hi, Your Honor. Good morning. My name is Sandra. I'm representing Mr. and Mrs. Rosario. I am the permit runner. I did apply for the permit, and the permit is still processing. We do have certain comments from mechanical and electrical, and we're already working on this with the engineers. So as soon as we get everything together and the review is done, we can resubmit, so we can get this permit issued.
For the record, find the violation does exist, 70 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
72 days. Y- uh, 72 days.
7-2.
Oh, 70, okay, yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What did I say? I wrote down 7.
Thank you.
70 days. 72 days to comply.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
It is 7-0. 70
My
days to
apologies. It's
comply.
70 days, not 72, 70 days.
Okay. 70 days. Thank you very much, all.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 8. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 20040207, case address 440 Northwest 6th Street, owner Broward County Longshoremen Association, Inc., property posted 11/24/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Good morning, Your Honor. George Oliva representing the city. Case and address as read. This case is about the required 40 or 10-year safety inspection. The report haven't been approved yet, and the city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day after the 42 days are over.
Is there a respondent?
Now we're on. We just added ourselves. It's not. It was a requested to Peter that was requesting to add ourselves.
Oh, okay. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Are you talking to us, ma'am?
Yes. Are you able to start your video?
Yes. Well, you're unmuted. We swear.
One moment, please.
Mr. Constantine,
Yes, sir.
do you have a camera available on your computer?
Yeah, I see it. I have a camera right there, but I mean, share screen. Is that the button I press?
No, sir. So right now, could you uncover your camera? Because I believe there's something blocking it.
Nothing is blocking it. Nothing is. I don't know what's up. At least you can hear my voice. Allow access. Hold on. I think it's my antivirus probably blocked me. Now I got.
Katrina, what page was that?
Yeah, that's the problem. Webcam access.
That's for 21st Street, 2516 21st Street.
Yes. Can you see me now? It was my antivirus.
A different agenda, probably.
That's not the correct guy.
Mark. Wrong page. Page 16.
16.
My apologies. The case we're speaking of is on page 16. Inspector Hector Suarez. Case number BE 20100-018, case address 2516 Northeast 21st Street. Owner Millennium A1 Builders LLC. This property was cited on 10/9/2020 to comply by 10/9/2020. One section complied at $50 per day. $4,000 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
$4,000 for one case. Just curious, why you're saying how many dollars a day and it's $4,000?
It was $500 per day out of compliance for 8 days. for a total of $4,000.
No, we comply after 3 days, over there.
Morning.
Good morning. Let's start with this, with the city.
Okay. Inspector Suarez presenting case BE 20100018 for 2516 Northeast 21st Street. Good morning. On 10/9/2020, a citation violation notice was completed and posted for 2514. There is silt sediment matter discharging into streets at this location. On 10/19, the violation came into compliance, but as of this date, the civil penalty has not been paid. Notice of hearing has been posted November 23rd, 2020. The city is requesting imposition of full amount. This is a repeat violation. Past case number was BE 20100007 on 10/3/2020, which is going to be presented by Inspector Rich too. So this is a repeat violation, Your Honor.
What did it be?
All right, on behalf of the owner.
We comply right away. What was a repeat violation?
No, the citation was issued on 10/9/2020, and the citation came into compliance on 10/19, leaving 9 to 10 days not in compliance.
Well, I know very well. We called the inspectors. They came over there. They told us what we have to do, and we did it within 1 to 2 days. Now, I don't know why they say it took 9 days. They didn't took 9 days. We did it within 2 days.
Your Honor, may I remind this is a repeat violation. This property was cited on 10/3/2020 by Inspector Rich, and she's gonna present that case. So the city is requesting full amount imposition.
All right. Anything else further from the owner?
Do you have anything else to say, Peter?
No, the only situation can I say is a lot of money. You guys, can you do any better?
City's requesting full imposition.
Okay. I'm going to grant the city's request and impose the full fines of $4,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the same property, we have cases on pages 18 and 19 with Inspector Mary Rich. On page 18, there's case number BE 20100007, case address 2516 Northeast 21st Street, owner Millennium A1 Builders LLC. This case was cited on 10/2/2020 to comply by 10/5/2020. One section complied at $150 per day. $150 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount. On page 19, case number BE 20100014, case address 2516 Northeast 21st Street, owner Millennium A1 Builders LLC. This case was cited on 10/7/2020 to comply by 10/8/2020. One section complied at $200 per day. $1,600 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount. Again, on page 19, case number BE 20100030, case address 2516 Northeast 21st Street, owner Millennium A1 Builders LLC. Property cited on 10/14/2020 to comply by 10/14/2020. One section complied at $200 per day. $400 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount. And also on page 19, case number BE 20100031, case address 2516 Northeast 21st Street, owner Millennium A1 Builders LLC. This case was cited on 10/14/2020 to comply by 10/14/2020. One section complied at $200 per day. $400 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
Good morning, Your Honors. Inspector Rich for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Cases and addresses are as read. These are civil citations that were issued to the property owner and it is a Massey hearing to impose all the fines. The city requests the fines to be imposed.
All right. On behalf of the owner.
So how much money is the fine?
The total for this property.
Well, there's 4 properties.
It's
There's
two property.
There's 4 separate cases. Case BE 201-00007 is $150. Case number BE 201-00014 is $1,600. Case number BE 201-00031 is at $400. And case number BE 201-00030 is at $400.
So how much altogether?
8, 24, 2650.
All right, sir, did you want to add anything else?
No, I like to see how much is the total and if you do any better because we have a very hard times over here. So I like to work with you guys. So help me out over here.
$2,650, $2,550. Hector's is 4,000 there.
Got a number of violations here. Ms. Rich,
I'm sorry, what?
city's requests remain the same.
City's requesting that all the fines be imposed.
Okay.
If the first one is $150, that one should be imposed. If you want to do administrative costs on BE 201-0014, that would be $543. And the other two are 400, so that's basically where they're at.
So how much altogether? Give me a total amount.
Okay, hold on, sir. I haven't ruled yet.
Depends on what I need.
Okay, all right. What I'm gonna do. First case.
The photos are of the violations are on the screen also.
Okay. BE 201.
Yes, it's in this. What is that? I cannot do that.
I'm going to impose the full amount of $150. The next case, I'm going to impose administrative cost, $543. The next case, I'm going to impose the full amount of $400. And on the fourth case, the full amount of $400.
$400 is the last one.
2 times 400.
Yes. And then another 4,000 for Hector.
Yeah, ruled on all 4 cases.
He ruled on it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 7. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 2004-0205, case address 539 North Birch Road. Owner Inca Grand FL1 LLC and Inca Grand FL2 LLC. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted City Hall 11/25/2020.
400 plus 400 plus 543.
Right here.
Is Paul Dinochenzi in the room?
The other guy haven't disconnected. Okay, well, it's fine.
Paul Dinocensi, go ahead and raise your hand or hit *9 on your phone.
Our next case is on page 8, Chief Inspector George Oliva. Case number BE 20040207. Case address 440 Northwest 6th Street, owner Broward County Longshoremen Association, Inc. Property posted 11/24/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Good morning.
Mr. One
Oh.
second. Good morning, Mr. Berkowitz.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor. George Oliva on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Your Honor, I know that we did the report and sent it to the city quite some time ago. I'll submit it again. If you want to give me the correct person to forward it to, I'll make sure it gets done, but we did complete the inspection.
You may submit the report to Tasha Williams at the building department, and we will process. Anyhow, you have 42 days to come with a new report, and we will complete the case if no repairs are required.
What's the address for Ms. Williams at the department?
521 Northeast 4th Avenue.
And the zip code?
33301.
Okay, I will send you another copy of that report.
Okay, make sure that it comes to her attention so that way we can process right away.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
For the record, I found the violation does exist. 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 9, Chief Inspector George Oliva. Case number BE 20040226. Case address 800 Southwest 21st Terrace. Owner 800 On the Tracks LLC. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva for the city. Case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection report has not been approved. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Good morning, Mr. Hamill.
Good morning.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. You may go ahead.
Oh, good morning, Your Honor, and everybody there. My name's Bill Hamill, the consultant for the owner for 800 Southwest 21st Terrace. We do have the notice of violation for not being in compliance with the 40-year inspection requirement. The property over the last few years has gone through major permitting and interior remodels that have all been approved, and so the building is in good shape. Other than the roof area in the warehouse, there's some small leaks in there that were preventing the 40-year inspection from being able to be approved by the engineer. So we're asking if we could get a 60-day extension in order to get the roof repaired and then be able to submit the 40-year inspection along with the repaired roof, and we should be in 100% compliance at that point.
You may submit the report with repairs required, and we will obtain, or you will obtain a 180-day extension. But at this moment, this is a mandate by Broward County, and you must submit a report within 42 days.
Okay, we can do that then. I didn't know that we could put in the report without the roof being in compliance, but we'll do that. We'll submit the report within 42 days, and then we'll come into compliance with the roof as quickly as we can after that, and we should be all done.
No problem. You will have 180 days after you submit the report.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, 42 days, submit the report, $100 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 11. Chief George Oliva. Case number BE 20040237. Case address 1801 Southwest 11th Court. Owner Harvey J. Adelson. Family Trust. Harvey J. Adelson Trustee and all others. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva, in behalf of the city, case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection haven't been approved. The city is asking for the owners to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Good morning, Mr. Adelson.
Good morning.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, sir, what would you like to add?
Just that I saw the inspection. I have my property manager on site making the repairs, just requesting what you're allowing from the city, the 42 days. I'd appreciate that.
All right, very good. For the record, I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 11. Chief Inspector George Oliva. Case number BE 20040238. Case address 1100 Southwest 5th Avenue. Owner Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Tax Administration. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva, in behalf of the city, case and address as read. This case about the 40 or the 10-year inspection report that haven't been submitted or approved. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Is there a respondent here?
On behalf of the owner,
Hello? Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you talking about the property for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
Yes, one moment, sir. Can I go ahead and swear me now? Oh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Alfred, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Thank you.
all right, sir, what would you like to add?
The only thing that we just want to request is what the city is allowing us to have the 42 days to present the report, and we will be compliant to what is needed.
All right, very good. For the record, I found the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 17. Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, Inspector Jorge Martinez presenting. Case number CE 19030625. Case address 3333 Riverland Road. Owner Elijah McKenna. This case was first heard on the 7/11/2019 to comply by 8/22/19. There are 3 suspensions notated on the agenda. There's one section complied at $50 per day, $7,650 accrued, and the city is requesting $225.
Good morning. Inspector Martinez for the city. Case and address as read. This case is complied and the city is requesting for fines to be reduced to $225.
Page 17, 225. All right, administrative cost of $225 are imposed.
We were waiting on the respondent to enter the room.
Hello. Hi, Miss McKenna, can you please raise your right hand? Miss McKenna, thank you. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, did you understand what the gentleman said?
Yes, he said that the fine was reduced.
Correct.
And what is the amount? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear good.
$225.
Okay, Your Honor, I will pay that.
Okay, very good. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take a brief 5-minute recess. Good morning. Thank you for your patience. We are now resuming this morning's special magistrate hearing. Our next case is on page 19. Inspector Mario Karasquawl, case number BE 20060161, case address 3120 Southwest 17th Street, owner Select Ocean Holding LLC. This property was cited on 6/12/2020 to comply by 6/12/2020. One section not complied at $500 per day. $89,000 has accrued, and the city is requesting full amount, and fines continue to accrue.
Jared, can you hit *6 to unmute yourself?
Hello, I'm here.
Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you? Can
do you
you
swear
do
to
me a
affirm-
favor and say it again? Go ahead.
One moment. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mario.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Mario Karasquawl for the city of Fort Lauderdale. Presenting case and address as read. This building was illegally altered and construction was performing it, and a stop work order was issued, and the owner and contractor violated the stop work order. So at this time, the city requests the full amount to be imposed because no permit application has been submitted to the city.
All right, it's still not in compliance.
No.
All right, on behalf of the owner.
Yes, sir. So this property I purchased to move into. This is my first property. I had a contractor. I didn't do any structural work of moving in the house. I was redoing floors, bathrooms, and putting a new kitchen in with this property. This property did have, I believe, a violation on it when I purchased it that was supposed to be taken care of with the seller agreed to take care of this violation, which was the carport that was enclosed. It was then open, and there was something with a window violation. So I believe there were some violations occurring that were kind of passed on to me. And then Mario actually came by the property, and I saw a stop work order in place. I wasn't living in the property yet, but I was looking to move into this property, and I am still moving in this property. Like I said, there was no structural things done. So also I did reach out to try to get in contact with the city. I know you guys, and I was unable to reach Mario. And at one point the city was not open for them to come actually inspect inside. So I'm just looking to see if there's something that we are able to work out. I'm not looking to keep incurring interest on this. I'm looking to move into my property and take care of this payment as well.
Right. Anything further from the city?
Yes, there are bathroom, kitchens remodeling, not structural itself, but there is a lot of the work being done on that property. They also install a new fence without permit. The case is being handled by Inspector Hector Suarez. So the only way that the owner have to come into compliance is to apply for the permit or get them issued.
Right. Yes, because you're already out of
Yes.
compliance for 178 days, and you've got.
Yes, Your Honor. I think this was passed to me, and also with this fence situation and the pool situation, I had received a violation with my fence and pool because my neighbor, when I bought this property, the neighbor was complaining about her children running in the backyard. And I said, you know what, let me get a fence up for you immediately. So that's what I did. And then along with that, I believe I spoke to Hector Suarez, and he said that you need to just take care of the pool and then go deal with this permit. I know it was a little difficulty with the city due to the whole COVID situation. So that's where I was just running into a little bit of roadblocks, and I was reaching out tomorrow. It was difficult to speak with him. I wasn't able to. So that's where I am right now with this. So I'm just saying, if you give me good grace on this.
You have a serious problem that needs to be attended to immediately.
Yes, sir.
grant the city's request and impose the fines, they'll continue to accrue.
Okay, so what is the next step here to be able to eliminate some of these fines? I will file for a permit immediately.
Not until
Sure,
you
you
come
get permits for all the illegal work.
Yeah, the only way to cure the violation is that you apply for the permit, get them issued. Once you get the permit issued and call for the required inspections, then I will comply the case, and after that you can apply for a lien reduction. But so far, there's nothing on my side that I can do.
Okay, and since you have a stop work order on this property currently, this is my first time being through this, so I just really want to understand. My first step is to be able to get you to inspect it to release the stop work order, correct? And then give me what I need to apply for a permit with, correct?
No, sir. Your contractor should know the law, and he needs to get permits. So if work continues on the property, the building department may consider, which is well within their rights, to arrest people that are working in violation of the stop order, including but not limited to the contractor.
Understood, but as you say, the permits, there was no structural movement done as far as the fence that I need to pull a permit for.
Sure, there's more permits in the state of Florida than just structural. Bathroom renovations require permits. Kitchen renovations require permits. The fence requires a permit.
Can I pull homeowners permits for these?
No. You can pull a permit for the fence, but not for the plumbing or the electrical work.
Understood.
All right. Thank you, sir. We have other matters on the agenda we need to attend to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. It's not a homestead, so you need a contractor for the fence also. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Our next case is on page 20. Inspector Mario Karasquawl, case number BE 20090012, case address 2200 South Andrews Avenue, owner Miami Yacht Divers Inc. This property was cited on 9/30/2020 to comply by 10/3/2020. One section not complied at $250 per day. $16,250 is accrued, and the city is requesting full amount and fines continue to accrue.
Good morning. Could you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceeding?
I do.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Inspector Mario Karasquawl for the city of Lauderdale. The owner of this property demolished a concrete curb at the median and installed gravel on the city property. An stop work order was issued, and permits are required to perform the permit. So far, no permit application has been submitted to the city. So the city requests the imposition of fines.
Who's speaking on behalf of the owner?
Good morning, Your Honor. Courtney Crush on behalf of the property owner. Also, I see on the phone is Pete Cameron, the general contractor. With respect to this citation case, it appears, and I don't know if there's a picture up on the screen, this is a landscape island, which is partly on private property, also partly on city of Fort Lauderdale property. Our office has requested the city's microfilm files because there is a curb, which Inspector Karasquawl is speaking of, that had been damaged, that is completely on private property. So I wanted to clarify this citation case with fines of $250 a day seems to speak to disruption or unsafety with respect to city property, and nothing was done on city property with respect to construction. The landscape island, which again is outside the drive, outside what I would call the right of way, had deteriorated. It was full of water and had mosquitoes. So the property owner had not only the portion of the curb that was damaged solely on his property removed, but also had gravel placed in this area. The reason I'm trying to run down the microfilm files is I can't imagine that there was not an agreement at the time this older building was constructed as to who was going to put mulch or whatever material in this shared landscape island. It doesn't appear from the city's online records that a warning was issued on this. And again, it would seem to me as if there were a belief that somehow city property was being impacted and destroyed. It was cited, to pull a building permit under the Florida Building Code 105.1. Mr. Cameron was engaged immediately. I do want to point out, Your Honor, the property owner was in Mount Sinai for 3 weeks with double pneumonia. But, he had reached out to Mr. Cameron. So with respect to any imposition of fines, understanding the city's process for citation, it seems here that there was not damage or inappropriate work done to a city structure. And that confusion may have resulted in the $250 a day citation. And again, I didn't see a warning issued to the property owner. Certainly to the extent there's an appropriate permit, and I believe Mr. Cameron has filed a notice of commencement to take corrective action on the curb, which is solely on the private property. That can be done. With respect to what is to go in the landscape median, as soon as we get the, hopefully what will provide us some guidance as to what goes in the inside the landscape median, if it needs to return to mulch, because that's what it was decades ago, it can. But this actually was the property owner trying to make the property more safe or more day-to-day compliant. This was not someone going out and impacting either a city sidewalk or a city right-of-way. And for those reasons, we'd actually like the city to recommend that there not be fines imposed for this work. Certainly not a citation issued for $250 a day for these 2 items which seem distinct.
Okay, let me clarify something. Even though the work was done in the private property, there are city standards for drainages, engineering standards that need to be met. So that's why a permit is required. They need to present a proper drainage in order to comply with the city standards. I will recommend to hold the fines and request an extension of 42 days for the owner to come into compliance.
I very much appreciate that if the magistrate would consider that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you want to add anything? That you're recently involved in the case, Ms. Crush?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see. So you had requested, I'm going to grant a 63-day extension, stay the fines as of this date.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you, Inspector.
You're welcome. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 17. Inspector Alejandro Del Rio. Inspector Jorge Martinez presenting case number CE 19061176, case address 618 North Birch Road, owner Troppy Rock LLC. This case was first heard on 11/12/19 to comply by 12/24/19. There are 2 suspensions notated on the agenda. One section complied at $50 per day, $3,900 accrued, and the city is requesting $225. I apologize. The inspector stepped out. We'll recall the case. Our next case is on page 20, Inspector Mario Karasquawl. Case number BE 20090025, case address 2607 Sugarloaf Lane, owner Per S. Pedersen. This property was cited on 9/8/2020 and to comply by 10/8/2020. One section not complied at $250 per day, $15,000 has accrued. The city is requesting full amount fines continue to accrue.
Good morning, Mr. Tavalli. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, I just did.
Thank you.
Morning.
Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yeah.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth in today's proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Inspector Mario Karasquawl for the city of Fort Lauderdale. This building has been illegally altered. There are a lot of remodeling inside the building, interior partition, structural metal beams, electrical, plumbing. I met with the owner and his contractor. I think Mr. Tavalli was present over there.
Yes.
And at that time, we agreed for you to put in a demolition permit so I can address the situation. However, the demolition permit didn't come until December 4th, so a week ago. So the case has been out of compliance. What I can do due to the fact that you put the permit, the demolition permit now, I will request to hold the fines and ask for 40 to 63 days of extension for you to apply for the required permits.
Behalf of the owner. Do you understand what the gentleman said?
May I speak?
Yes, but my
Oh.
question is, do you understand what the inspector said?
Yeah, yes, I do. But we applied for permit the entire plan longer than a week ago. It was probably about a month, maybe a month and a half ago. And we already in reviews, and we already been approved for certain reviews. Our architect explained to us that it would make sense to just apply the entire plan because we have multiple violations in there. So what we did was we finished the plan and we applied the whole thing. And when I'm looking at it now on the computer, we have a permit number and we also have several reviews that already been passed. Again, we met with Mr. Mario, which is very, very helpful. And we've done everything he told us to do. And that's it. And we're trying to comply. We had some serious issues in there, and we do try to comply for everything.
I'm going to grant a 63-day extension, stay the fines as of this date. You'll be getting a written order in the mail.
Okay.
You have to stay on this.
Okay. But as of now, the plans are in the city, so I don't know that there is anything that I can do. Like we apply everything inside the city.
Hired an architect. All right.
Hired an architect. The whole thing is there. Like there is really not much that we can really do now.
That's why I'm requesting to stay the fines and give you an extension in order to complete the review process and get the permit issued. Remember, the case won't be complied with all the permit issues.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is another case with them. I think it's going to be the same situation. It's the B201-00002.
Right. Our next case on page 20, BE 201-000002. Case address 2607 Sugarloaf Lane. Owner Daniel Tabali and Neely Spiegel. Property was settled on 10/1/2020 to comply by 10/1/2020. One section not complied at $500 per day. $33,500 accrued to the city.
Mario Karasquawl for the city, Your Honor. This case is for the violation of an stop work order that was issued on the previous case. They stopped working at the premises, so I will request the fines to be reduced to administration cost of $1,500.
All right. On behalf of the owner.
I lost it. Like I didn't know that we have two cases.
Yes, you have two cases.
Yeah, there was two cases. One for the work without permit, and the other one was for the violation of the stop work order that was issued on the previous case. When I visited the property the first time, I issued a stop work order for the violation of the Florida Building Code, performing work without permit. Then we visited, I was at that time accompanied by the Inspector Leo Martinez, and the second time the contractor continued performing work. So the stop work order issued on the first time was violated. That's a violation of the Florida Building Code 115.3, and is $500 a day. So I'm asking now to reduce the fines up to $1,500. The second time we were there with the police also.
Yeah, I think was that the time that we met Mr. Mario?
Well, we met there. It was my third visit when I met with you and the.
Okay.
And the architect was also present.
Okay, correct. That's the only time we met, and since that time, that's when I took over everything that happened there, and yeah, from what I accept it. If this is what it is, I accept it.
All right, I'm going to reduce the fines to $1,500.
Okay, thank you, Jonas.
Good morning again. So we're recalling the case on page 17, Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, Inspector Jorge Martinez presenting case number CE 190611176, case address 618 North Birch Road. This case was first heard on 11/12/19 to comply by 12/24/19. There are two suspensions notated on the agenda. One section complied at $50 per day. $3,900 accrued, and the city is requesting $225. Yes.
Page 17. Which case, please? Okay.
Inspector Martinez for the city. This case is complied and the city is requesting for the fines to be reduced to $225.
Ms. Crush, are you on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. Courtney Crush on behalf of the property owner. We appreciate Your Honor's consideration of the inspector's recommendation.
All right, the inspector's recommendation is granted and the administrative cost of $225.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Inspector.
Our next case is on page 6. Inspector Hector Suarez. Case number CE 20050554. Case address 3250 Glendale Boulevard. Owner Marvin Jones. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Inspector Suarez presenting case CE.
Hector, hold on one second. We try to wait for the respondent so they can
Okay,
hear you.
no problem.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Good morning, Mr. Jones. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceeding?
I do.
Thank you.
Good morning. Inspector Suarez presenting case CE 20050554. Property address 3250 Glendale Boulevard. Property was inspected on 5/27/2020 and the following violation was observed as depicted in the photos. 9(1)(d). Any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be in violation of section and punishable as provided for in this section. Require permits consistent but not limited to wood fence. Inspection report was mailed to owner listed in BCPA on 5/29/2020. Final notice sent on 11/9/2020. Notice of hearing was posted 11/25/2020. I have had contact with the property owner and advised of violation and how to comply. As a pre-hearing inspection on 12/7/2020, there has been a permit applied for but not issued. Violation remains. The city is requesting 42 days or 50 days per day thereafter for each violation. $50.
All right, on behalf of the owner. Jones?
No, I can't hardly hear you, sir.
All right, this is the magistrate. Anything you would like to add?
I just wanted to speak on the process of slowing down. The work was Melrose was under a lot of water in the community, and that pretty much slowed a lot of trying to finish up the work on the property, and it was like maybe several weeks went into not trying to finish up the work because of flood. We was flooded in the area sincerely, and I guess it was the act of God, and it's nothing I could have done to speed up the process.
Your Honor, I first inspected this property on May 27, 2020. There was a previous inspector that inspected it, I think, approximately 2 days prior to that date, two or 5 days prior to that date. And it was passed to my chief, and then it was passed to me. But this case had plenty of time to apply for a permit. And
Mr. Jones, it's not about the work. Mr. Jones, it's not about the work being done or the delay in the work being done. You just need to obtain the permit for the
Well, I did apply for it.
Right, and the inspector noted that. So that's why he asked for time for you to complete that process, and you'll be in good shape.
Okay.
Mr. Jones, do you need more time? I'm extending.
Yes, I do.
49 days.
That'd be good.
I'm gonna extend to 49 days.
Okay, that'd be good.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you.
Have a good, lovely morning.
You too.
All right, have a good day. Anything you need, just give me a call.
You got it. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 14. Chief Inspector George Oliva. Case number BE 200400258. Case address 2551 West State Road 84. Owner Ssrocks LLC. Property posted 11/24/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Hello, yes, my name is Cheryl Lopez and I'm one of the owners of Ssrocks LLC. We received a notice.
One
Ma'am,
moment, please.
Hang on, ma'am.
Hold it.
Sure,
One moment, Ms. Lopez. Can you raise your right hand?
sure,
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceeding?
yes.
Thank you. Okay, the inspector will go first and then it's your turn, okay?
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, let's go back, starting with the page and the case number.
Page number 14. Case number BE 200400258.
Okay. All right, Mr. Oliva.
George Oliva, on behalf of the city, case and address as read. This is about the required 40 or 10-year safety inspection. The report has not been approved, and the city is asking for the owners to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, ma'am, now it's your turn.
Okay, our property and our business was being handled by another management company. We thought they had already taken care of this matter. We received a notice, I don't have, on 11/21, it was posted, actually, I think it was posted 11/22, that we were not in compliance. We immediately contacted DG Consulting, George San Juan, and hired his company to start doing our 10-year renewal. We had complied with our 40, this is our 50th. We have already hired them to start working on giving you the paperwork that you need to show that we are in compliance with our 50-year. I uploaded that documentation to you so you can see that the contract between us and that we have hired that company to start so we can be in compliance. You know, we apologize, this was not done. We thought it had already been taken care of. That was our error for not following up. But we asked for an extension to allow Delta G Consulting Engineering to complete their evaluation and supply us with the paperwork to provide you with that we are in compliance with our 50-year.
42 days should be enough, Your Honor.
Repeat that, please.
42 days should be enough to compliance.
I agree. Okay, for the record, I find the violation does exist. 42 days to comply, 100 day thereafter.
Okay, thank you very much for the extension.
Our next case is on page 22. Chief Inspector George Oliva. Case number CE 15101622. Case address 3001 North Federal Highway. Owner 3001 Hotel LLC. The case was first heard on 3/3/16 to comply by 8/4/16. One section complied at $100 per day, $153,600 accrued, and the city is requesting $1,275.
George Oliva, on behalf of the city, this case came into compliance, Your Honor, but they're running a fine of $115,000, and the city is requesting the fine to be reduced to an administration cost of $1,275.
On behalf of the owner.
Is Mr. Daniel there? Hello?
Michael Daniel is not here.
Okay, and you are? I think I received your ID, but what is your
Yes, Maria Carolina.
What is your affiliation?
I work for him, directly with him.
Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Anything you would? All right, ma'am. Anything you would like to add?
No, I spoke with Chief George and I told him the first time we were aware of this case was last week when I received this notice of hearing. This was from the previous owner. As soon as we got the property, we did the 4-year certification, do the COVID. We tried to go to the city. I was told even I didn't need to submit the submittal fee, but I sent the check anyway. So this was why it took longer for them to receive our 4-year certification, but we were not aware of that at all.
Ma'am, I'm going to impose administrative cost $1,275. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 21. Inspector Mario Karasquawl, case number BE 20110001. Case address 601 Riviera Isle Drive. Owner Rivera Waterview LLC. The property was cited on 11/2/2020 to comply by 11/4/2020. One section complied at $150 per day. $1,350 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
Good morning, Mr. Villar. Can you please unmute yourself and raise your right hand?
Manny, go ahead and hit *6 on your phone.
Okay, you got me?
Yes, please
Hello?
raise your right hand.
Could
Do
I
you
also
swear
have
and
you,
affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Hold on.
Manny, could you also mute your computer? After doing so, go ahead and hit *6 on your phone.
Gotta get the kids involved.
Here you go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Villar, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mario.
Good morning.
Your Inspector Mario Karasquawl with the City of Lauderdale. I had a conversation with the owner. They came into compliance. And at this time, I will request to reduce the fines up to the administration cost of $250.
Sir, did you understand what the gentleman said?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. I'm fine with that.
All right, very good. Fines are waived, administrative cost $250.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good day. Thank you, Mark. Bye-bye. Done.
Good morning again. For those that are in the waiting room, that are in the attendee room, if you are not here for lien reduction, please use the raise hand function only if you are not here for lien reduction. Good morning, Mr. Dennison Z.
Good morning.
So our next case is on page 7. Chief Inspector George Oliva. Case number BE 20040205. Case address 539 North Birch Road. Owner Inca Grand FL1 LLC and Inca Grand FL2 LLC. Property was posted on 11/25/2020 and posted at City Hall on 11/25/2020.
Mr. Dennison Z, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
George Oliva, on behalf of the city, case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved by the city, and the city is asking for the owners to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
All right, on behalf of the owner. Sir, would you like to add anything?
We requested two extensions, and we had extensions until November 30th. Our engineer says they'll have a report ready within the week.
All right, very good. So find the violation does exist. 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
If anybody else does, we can take one.
We will now begin to call out non-respondent cases.
Okay.
Our next case is on page 1, Inspector Mario Karasquawl. Case number CE 20080421. Case address 1016 Southwest 22nd Terrace, owner Randall Gorman. Property posted 11/24/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Okay, what page are we on?
Page 1.
Good. Got it.
Oh, okay. Good morning, Inspector Mario Karasquawl for the city of Fort Lauderdale, presenting case and address as read. The pictures shows a new metal shed structure installed on the backyard at this property. The work was commenced without obtaining the required permits and inspection, and no action has been taken to resolve the outstanding violation. We are asking to the special magistrate to find for the city that the violations are existing, 42 days for the owner to come into compliance by obtaining the required permits or remove the shed from the area. And after that period has ended, a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist. 42 days to comply, $50 per day.
Doesn't show the picture. Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 2, Inspector Jorge Martinez. Case number BE 20040175. Case address 255 Southwest 24th Street. Owner McDonald's Family Properties LLC. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda, and as of 12/7/2020 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 42 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist. 42 days to comply, $50 per day.
Our next case is on page 2, Inspector Alexander Alvarez, case number CE 20060428. Case address 815 Northeast 19th Avenue, owner 6th Street Corp. Property posted 11/25/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Good morning again. Inspector Alvarez for the city, presenting case number CE 20060428, property address 815 Northeast 19th Avenue. I initially visited this property in June 15, 2020 and found roof being repaired without first obtaining required permits. The property was cited for work without permit, FPC 2017, section 105.1. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner on June 17, 2020 with 30 days to get into compliance. Final notice was mailed July 24, 2020. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on November 30, 2020. As of December 2, 2020, no permit has been applied for. I spoke with the owner, Dr. Hill, and he agrees to get into compliance within 63 days. City is requesting for the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 63 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 3. Inspector Alexander Alvarez, property address 1681 Southwest 32nd Place, case number CE 200-60621. Notice posted at the property on 11/25/20, posted at City Hall 11/25/20.
Good morning again. Building Inspector Alexander Alvarez for the city, presenting case number CE 2006-0621, property address 1681 Southwest 32nd Place. I initially visited this property on June 16, 2020, observed a new poor concrete driveway without first obtaining the required permits. Property was cited for work without permits, FPC 2017, section 105.1. Inspection report was mailed to the property owner June 19, 2020, with 30 days to get into compliance. Final notice was mailed on July 24, 2020. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on November 30, 2020. As of December 8, 2020, no permit has been applied for. City is requesting for the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 63 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 63 days to comply, $150 per day thereafter, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you.
Our next case, page 3, Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 525 North Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. Owner FTLFS Trust Florida LP, in care of MW Lauderdale LP. Case number BE 200-300-41. Notice posted at the property on 11/24/20. Posted at City Hall 11/25/20.
Good morning, Your Honor. Building Inspector Leo Martinez, representing the city. In case and others as read, there is an expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. Permit 1A070A70 remains expired. The city is requesting 42 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 4. Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 1400 Northeast 54th Street, number 301. Case number CE 200-50150. Notice posted at the property on 11/24/20. Notice posted at City Hall 11/25/20.
Good morning, Your Honor. Building Inspector Leo Martinez presenting the case as read. I visited this property on May 15, 2020 and observed a new kitchen and bathroom remodel without first obtaining the required permits. City record shows that the permit were applied, then voided in 2013, and only a permit application.
I'm sorry, one second, Inspector. Do we have any pictures for this case?
Yeah. They start now. Okay. Permit application was filed in the city for whatever work was done on the property, but afterwards it was voided, and they just apply like to fix a shower pan in the bathroom. I visited the property because there was a complaint of a leak. And then the property was cited for work without permit on the FBC 2017, section 105.1. This case was opened on May 6th of 2020. Inspection report was mailed to the property on May 18th of 2020. Final notice was mailed to the property in June 20th of the same year. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on November 24th. I haven't received any response from the owner until last week. She contacted me and she said that she's in France, and she cannot travel due to the COVID. That was the first appearance that she has, or the first contact that I received from her. And I also advised her that she could be in the room through Zoom, using Zoom, because she has excuses like, her English is not well and she cannot travel due to COVID. But I was hoping that she would be here and she's not, seems like it. So I will request a 70 days day extension to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I find the violations do exist. 70 days to come into compliance, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 5. Inspector Hector Suarez. Case number BE 20070198. Case address 3010 Holiday Drive, numbers 1 through 4. Owner Harbor Beach Residences LLC. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020. And before the inspector starts, those that are remaining in the hearing but have not been called, it's because your cases are for lien reduction. The lien reduction portion of our hearing has not started as of yet. Thank you.
Morning, Your Honor. Inspector Suarez presenting case BE 200700198 3010 Holiday Drive. Property was inspected on July 16, 2020, and the following violation was observed. Section 28-155 (parentheses A). The assistant fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for the subsequent recertification as per Florida Building Code. CCN 3B64-J9A L. Final notice was mailed to owner listed in BCPA on 7/16/2020. Notice of hearing was posted 11/25/2020. As of pre-hearing inspection on December 7th, 2020, violation remains per BSI online. The city is requesting 42 days or $50 per day thereafter for violation.
Violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case on page 5, Inspector Hector Suarez, case number BE 20070254, case address 809 Northeast 20th Avenue. Owner Golden Diversified Services, Inc. Property posted 11/24/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Good morning again. Inspector Suarez presenting case BE 200700254 809 Northeast 20th Avenue. Property was inspected on July 21st, 2020, and the following violation was observed. 28-155 (parentheses A). The existing fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for subsequent recertification as per Florida Building Code. Final notice was mailed to owner listed on BCPA on 7/21/2020. Notice of hearing was posted 11/24/2020. As of pre-hearing inspection on 12/7/2020, violation remains per BSI online. The city is requesting 42 days or $50 per day thereafter for violation.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 6. Inspector Hector Suarez, case number BE 2004043. Case address 1617 Southwest 17th Avenue. Owner Yakov Shimon Kalus. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Inspector Suarez presenting case CE 200400473, 1617 Southwest 17th Avenue. Property was inspected on May 11th, 2020, and the following violation was observed as depicted in the photos. 9(1) parentheses D. Any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. Required permits consistent but not limited to horizontal wood fence. Inspection report was mailed to owner listed in BCPA on May 12, 2020. Final notice sent on November 6, 2020. Notice of hearing was posted November 25th, 2020. I have not had any contact with property owner. As of pre-hearing inspection on 12/7/2020, there has been a permit applied for but not issued. Violation remains. The city is requesting 42 days or $50 per day thereafter for each violation.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $50 per day thereafter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 6. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200400201. Case address 3564 North Ocean Boulevard. Owner Branch Banking and Trust Company. In care of BB&T Property Tax Compliance. Property posted 11/24/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva, on behalf of the city, case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved, and the city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 7. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200400203. Case address 4101 North Ocean Boulevard. Owner CCO Ocean Capital LLC. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva for the city, case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or $100 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 8. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200400210. Case address 901 North Federal Highway. Owner RK Associates number 5 Inc. Sears Tax Department D/768B2-116A. Property posted 11/24/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva for the city, case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved by the city, and the city is asking for the owners to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 9. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200400227. Case address 1508 Southwest 5th Place, numbers 1 through 4. Owner Josephine Dennis. Property posted 11/25/2020. Posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva for the city, case and address as read. The 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved, and the city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the reports in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 10. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200402229, case address 1516 Southwest 5th Place, owner Apart Florida LLC. Property posted 11/24/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Judge Oliva, in behalf of the city, case and address as read. The required 10-year safety inspection report has not been approved. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
Right, I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case is on page 12. Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200400241, case address 1516 East Los Olas Boulevard, owner Ventus Realty Limited, partner in care of Kindred Healthcare Inc. Property posted 11/25/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
George Oliva for the city, case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved, and the city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case on page 12, Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200400242, case address 614 Southeast 9th Street, owner Evangelical Foundation for Christian Service Inc. Property posted 11/25/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection report has not been approved. The city is asking for the owners to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Our next case on page 13, Chief Inspector George Oliva, case number BE 200400253, case address 993 West State Road 84, owner William Wild Sachs Trust in care of Castle Investments Co. Property posted 11/24/2020, posted at City Hall 11/25/2020.
Case and address as read. The required 40 or 10-year safety inspection has not been approved. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days and a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
I find the violation does exist, 42 days to comply, $100 per day thereafter.
Thank you. On page 16, our next case, a hearing to impose fines. If no inspector is going to request anything different than what's on the agenda, that I can just read it in. Our next case on page 16, case number CE 190800377, case address 2240 Northwest 30th Terrace, owner Hubert Henry and Natasha Lloyd. Case first heard 117/2020 to comply by 2020, suspended 3/16/2020 to 9/4/2021, section not complied at $50 per day, $4,500 accrued. The city is requesting full amount fines continue to accrue.
Call it in and then you just.
I'm sorry, say it again.
We just. And then you just, approve or.
Okay, all right.
She read this case, so now, city has requested to.
All right, city's request is granted.
Our next case on page 17, case number BE 200-90033, case address 5910 Northeast 20th Avenue, owner Tara Uddleston. This property was cited on 9/9/2020 to comply by 9/11/2020. One section complied at $200 per day, $9,800 accrued, and the city is requesting $545.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case on page 18, case number BE 200-90073, case address 5910 Northeast 20th Avenue, owner Tara Uddleston. This property was cited on 9/28/2020 to comply by 9/30/2020. One section complied at $200 per day, $5,200 accrued, and the city is requesting $545.
City's request is granted.
Case number BE 200-90078, case address 401 Lido Drive, owner 401 Lido LLC. This property was cited on 9/30/2020 to comply by 9/30/2020. One section complied at $500 per day, $14,000 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Case number BE 2010006, case address 340 San Marco Drive, owner 340 San Marco LLC. Property was cited on 10/2/2020 to comply by 10/5/2020. One section complied at $150 per day, $2,700 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Our next case is on page 21. Case number BE 200-60252, case address 212 Southeast 2nd Avenue, owner 212 Partners LLC. This property was cited on 6/22/2020 to comply by 6/23/2020. One section complied at $150 per day, $150 accrued, and the city is requesting full amount.
The city's request is granted.
Excuse me, guys, we're still in the hearing and it's being recorded. Thank you.
The city is requesting to enter page 23 in today's hearing as an exhibit. It's the city's list of closed and withdrawn cases.
Granted.
This concludes the Building and Construction Enforcement Special Magistrate Virtual Hearing agenda for December 8th, 2020.
Okay, let's take a 5-minute recess.
There will be a 5-minute recess before we begin our lien reduction hearing. Thank you all for your time and patience. Good morning and welcome to the lien reduction hearing for December 8th, 2020. Good morning, Your Honor. Katrina Jordan, Administrative Supervisor for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presenting the lien reduction properties for December 8th, 2020. Our first case is going to be on page 2 for the property located at 705 Southwest 15th Avenue. I'm sorry. I don't have my agenda. Property owners Peter and Joan Bajic. This property has a total lien amount of $103,100 and city direct cost of $889.22. The city and the property owners are in agreement to a reduction to $10,000.
Are we on page 1?
We're page 2.
Is there a respondent?
Address, please.
Peter.
Katrina, he said address is 705?
Yes.
Yes.
So
the
the
one
case
that's
is
top.
on page 2, case number CE 11022376, case address 705 Southwest 15th Avenue.
Okay. Okay, this is tab C.
Good morning. Good afternoon. No, it's morning. Sorry. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Mr. Can you please raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. One moment, please. Hi, Mr. Rosa. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your Honor, my name is Richard Rosa. I am not the attorney of record. I'm working as the closing agent and the attorney on a transaction for purchase and sale in which this property at issue is subject in this matter because of a lien that was pre-existing and is involved with the common ownership. Mr. Bajic is here on his own behalf, but I wanted to make that clear for the record. Peter, are you still there on video?
Yeah, you broke up totally for like a minute.
Okay, I can say that all over again.
Well, Mr. Rosa?
Yes.
The city is in agreement with your offer of $10,000.
I don't believe I ever submitted that Katrina. I think Peter submitted that originally, and we wanted to actually speak today, and I'll let Peter speak on his own behalf, but I'll gladly communicate what I think is coming here. We reviewed it in totality, and in light of everything, we summarized that if we could reduce that further to $5,000, that would be greatly beneficial. The property has been in compliance for some time now. I believe the city's administrative costs on this file was about $800, close to $900. And if there would be a further consideration of the reduction, we would greatly appreciate it.
All right. Now, just to be 100% clear, would you state your name again for the record, counsel?
Sure thing. My name is Richard Rosa.
All right. But you do not represent Mr. Bajic.
I do not. No, I'm the closing agent and the title attorney for a transaction which involves this property as a crossover lien from a common owner.
So, Your Honor, Rana Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. Technically, counsel has no standing to address the lien reduction because the property owner is here. The offer was accepted by the city, so I would suggest, Your Honor, that Your Honor rule and accept the $10,000 offer.
Okay, Mr. Bajic, you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I would like to ask for, as Mr. Rosa has stated, because of undue circumstances, our tenancy has been devastated and our tenants' inability to pay the rent and also the eviction moratorium has caused us financial issues. And this is the reason that I'm, if possible, asking to amend the original proposal from $10,000 to $5,000.
Well, you had, in your application, offered $10,000, which was a little less than 10% of the total lien. So I'm going to, in case number CE 110222376, accept the applicant's offer of $10,000. Be paid within 60 days sufficient?
Yes, sir.
To be paid within 60 days, not paid within 60 days in full, it will revert to the original amount and not be eligible for any further reductions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next case is on page 1. For the property located at 650 East Dayton Circle. For case number CE 16071778, owner 12 Names LLC. This property has a total lien amount of $208,500 and a total city direct cost of $3,045.56. The city is requesting a reduction to $18,245.
Moment, please.
Ms. Kaufman, please unmute yourself and start your video.
Okay.
Hi, Ms. Kaufman. Can you please raise your right hand?
Sure.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, I've reviewed your application. And anything you want to add?
Just, Your Honor, that basically we purchased the property with all these liens against the property. And we purchased on April 10th. And we did come in compliance within, I would say, about 60 days. We did spend almost $20,000. And we're just, requesting a lien reduction. Basically it just is the best that you could do.
Okay, the city's direct costs are over $3,000. This is,
Your Honor, if I could, I would just add, you can see the violation is very old, and understanding that the new corporate owner did not create those violations. Clearly, the property was an eyesore and had a disparate impact on the neighborhood for years. I haven't looked at the purchase price, but typically when there is an arm's length transaction and there are liens on the property, the buyer benefits on the purchase price because he, she, or it takes over. The city's request is less than 10%, and if you back out the administrative costs, a $15,000 fine on a $208,000 lien is very reasonable under the circumstances.
I tend to agree with the city. I'm going to grant the petition to reduce the fines, reduce the lien to $10,425. Ma'am, is 60 days sufficient to pay the reduced amount?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. to be paid in full within 60 days. If not paid in full within that time, will revert to the original amount, not be eligible for any further reductions.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Our next case is on page 1. For property address 825 Northeast 18th Street, case number CE 17061544. Owner U.S. Bank Trust NA trustee in care of Resicap. This property has a total lien amount of $6,575 and a total city direct cost of $1,216.62. The city is requesting a reduction to $3,287.50.
All right, on behalf of the owner, the applicant. All right,
Sorry.
Someone.
Hi, please raise your right hand, Ms. Stewart and Ms. Coppola. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, I have read your application. Anything else you want to tell me as to why this should be reduced?
Yes, please. Our company owns many houses.
You're muted. Hold it.
Heidi, you had a lot of noise. I had to mute you. Can you ensure that that are logged to this conference room? Could you make sure that they're muted, and then go ahead and unmute yourself?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Okay, I don't know who Heidi Coppola is. My name is Rita Stewart. I'm here for the property at 825 Northeast 18th. She started to speak, and I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, there may be some confusion. I didn't hear you call my property.
Okay, yeah, I think they're all mine.
Okay, so Heidi's not for her property. So Heidi, 825 Northeast 18th Street is not your property?
That's US Banks. That's mine.
Okay, so that's Miss Rita.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Ma'am, did you want to speak on this application?
Okay, for the 825. Yes, the bank got the property at foreclosure. We put about $60,000 into it to rehab it. Our problem was it took some time because there were a multitude of foreclosures to secure vendors and that kind of stuff, but we did make it compliant. We also just put another $6,000 in the driveway. They asked us to do that prior to court. Property rented is very, very nice. And we were hoping to go on the 10% on the reduction. The fine was $65.75 and we offered $657.50.
Okay, so Rita, for one second, please, because Heidi did sign up to speak on this case and I'm trying to get an understanding.
Okay.
Heidi?
Yes, Ms. Coppola.
So now I'm having trouble hearing you.
You can't hear us? Heidi? Miss Rita, if you don't mind, we're going to recall your case after we speak with Heidi offline.
Okay.
So just give us one moment. We'll recall your case.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome to Zoom. Enter your meeting ID followed by pound.
Two. Property address 905 Northwest 16th Avenue. For case number CE 19081660, owner David Matute. This property has a total lien amount of $3,300 and city direct cost of $346.28. The city is requesting a reduction to $1,650.
Good morning, Ms. Khan.
Yes, good morning, Your
Hi,
Honor, and to all. Yes, this is Attorney
Ms.
Shalini.
Khan, Ms. Khan, can you
Yes.
please raise your right hand?
Oh, sure.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Yes, Your Honor. Today I am representing the property owner of this property. We would respectfully request that we can have the liens reduced to the 10% of the total amount, if that's possible. They came into compliance a while ago. The inspectors have been out there. There was a overgrowth trash and fence repairs that were completed some time ago.
Okay, I recall this case. Okay, the total lien $3,300 to repeat violation. Okay, case number CE 19081660. I'm going to grant the petition for reduction of the lien, reduce the amount to $1,650. Be payable. Is 30 days sufficient?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, to be payable within 30 days, not payable within 30 days in full, will revert to the original amount and not be eligible for any further reductions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning. So we're recalling the case on page 1. Case number CE 17061544, case address 825 Northeast 18th Street. And that's with Miss Rita Stewart. And again,
Okay.
the total lien amount is $6,575. City direct cost of $1,216.62. And the city is requesting $3,287.50.
Okay. Ma'am, anything else you wanted to add? I remember your presentation. I recall the issues in the case. I've reviewed the file. Since you were interrupted, I wanted to give you one last chance.
Okay, we were just hoping to get it reduced to the 10% plus the cost. Because like I said, we've put close to almost $60,000 into the house, actually more than that with the driveway just recently. It's real compliant, it's real nice. We just hit a rough patch there with getting vendors and stuff.
Okay, case number CE 17061544. I'm going to grant the petition for the reduction of the lien and reduce the lien to $3,287.50. Be payable within 30 days sufficient?
I'm gonna have something hard copy to submit because it is the bank that is paying it. So will there be an invoice or something that I would get that I can submit?
Yes, you'll get an order in the mail.
Okay, if it's gonna come through the mail, I probably, because the bank doesn't cut checks quickly, is it possible to ask for 45 days? Just because I want to make sure it gets to you guys.
Just for bureaucracy's sake, I'm going to make it 60 days.
Okay.
To be payable in full. If not paid in full within 60 days, will revert to the original amount, not be eligible for any further reductions.
Understood. And I just have two more questions. When you guys send it, will you send it to the address that you have on the request for the reduction on the applicant information?
Yes, we will, as well as to the property owner.
Okay. And also there's a lien recorded. So will you guys do the release or will we get the lien to record ourselves?
The lien will be released once the money is paid and clears our financial system.
Okay. So you guys will do the recording of the lease then?
Yes.
All right. All right. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank
You take care of yourselves. Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next case is on page 2. For the property located at 1019 Northwest 2nd Avenue, case number CE 13021118. James Alexander and Stephanie Strapka owners. This property has a total lien amount of $765,300 and city direct cost of $531.28. The city is requesting a reduction to $16,000.
Okay. Okay. All right. Who do we have on behalf of the applicant?
He's logging in now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please raise your right hand?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sir, I recall this matter. I've read the entire file. I've read your application for reduction. Anything else you would like to add?
Yes, we are buying the property. We bought the property right next door at 1011 Northwest 2nd back in October. We went to, apologize for that. We went to a hearing for that one as well. The sellers are elderly. They live up north. That other property was in foreclosure. This property had violations from back when the market turned, and they tried to make the property a boarding house to recover their losses. And when the violation was made aware to them, they went ahead and reverted it back, but it took time because the people that were there did not want to leave and they had to be evicted. Since then, the owners were sick. I believe I submitted the medical documentation. One of the owners had breast cancer. The other owner was turned to alcoholism, went to AA, and since then cleaned up his life. And they're just trying to sell us the property like we bought the adjacent property, and they're like a package deal. And we're going to go ahead and put in new impact windows, new impact doors, resurface the driveway, and do the interiors like we're doing with 1011 right now. And we're going to beautify the neighborhood. We're going to be in total compliance for the entire time we own the property.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Notice this is a repeat offender, very substantial amount. In case number CE 13021118, I'm going to grant the petition to reduce the lien and reduce the lien to $7,643. Be payable within 30 days. 30 days sufficient?
Yes, sir. But can I respectfully request that you reduce it below 5,000 if that would be possible? Because we do have to initiate a lot of repairs, the impact windows and the driveway and the interiors. We respectfully request it to be under 5,000 if that's possible, sir, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Rana Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. The city would absolutely object to that. I think that the city's request, Your Honor, in all fairness, of 16,000 was more than reasonable, and Your Honor's reduction further is a gift. This property was a repeat offender. It was a mess. I recall these cases. inexcusable that the owners took their dear sweet time. No eviction process or anything takes the time that would accumulate a fine of $765,000. So they made plenty of money on this property and then decided at their on their time frame, not on this court's time frame, that they would meander into compliance. So while the city would personally, I personally think the $16,000 on the $765,000 lien is more than fair for the city request. Your Honor has reduced it further, and I would again just request that order stand.
The order will stand, be payable within 30 days. If not paid in full in 30 days, will revert to the original amount, not be eligible for any further reduction.
Can I speak Your Honor, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The owners, like I said, they were ill, they were sick. They bought it at the turn of the market. They had a property manager that was supposed to take care of all the issues, and that wasn't being taken care of. They were both elderly. They live out of the area, and we're just the new buyers trying to get the property and be the new owners. And I understand the city attorney's position. I totally respect her opinion, and I tend to agree with her. But again, I respectfully request that you reduce it to somewhere around the $5,000 range. Respectfully, please.
My ruling stands. Thank you.
How much is that, sir, Your Honor?
My ruling stands. Thank you.
$7,643.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time today. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 4. For the property located at 1340 Northwest 6th Avenue. Case number CE 180209115. Owner Sam and Augusta Williams. This property has a total lien amount of $10,775 and city direct cost of $1,196.46. The city is requesting $1,616.25.
Hi, Mr. Williams.
Good morning.
Can you please raise your right hand? Mr. Williams?
You don't see me? I'm not there.
Do you swear in affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, can you adjust your laptop or whatever you're using? See you? All right, that's fine. Okay, all right, Mr. Williams, I have read your application. I've reviewed the entire file, noted the amount of the lien, the fact that it was out of compliance for 215 days. Anything else you would like to add? Mr. Williams?
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Anything else you would like to add?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay. In case number CE 180209115, I'm going to grant the application to reduce the lien. The lien will be reduced to $1,616.25 to be paid in full within. Is Mr. Williams, is 60 days sufficient?
Yes.
Okay, to be paid in full in 60 days. If not paid in full within 60 days, will revert to the original amount and not be eligible for any further reductions. Thank you, sir, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 10. For the property located at 1537 Northwest 4th Avenue. Property owner Lee and Ronnie LLC. For case number CE 06021432. This property has a total lien amount of $133,000 This property has a total lien amount of $133,578.80. Direct city cost of $4,203.38. The city is requesting a reduction to $13,357.
Good morning. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just give me one moment to review the file here. All this, yes. Okay, I have reviewed your entire file. I have reviewed my notes. Hang on 1 second. Okay, who's going to speak on behalf of the applicant?
Hi, so my name is Zvi Yosifon, and I have next to me my management assistant, and this is all us.
I'm sorry, say that again.
So my name is Zvi Yosifon. I'm the owner of the company, and I have the management assistant with me, Ina.
Okay.
And we are talking on behalf of Lien Rani LLC, who is the owner of the property, and Zvi Yosifon is the owner of Lien Rani LLC.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add as to why the lien should be reduced?
Yes, so we purchased this property back in March of 2020 with existing violation and with existing lien. So the property already had the lien, and I believe this case is very old. It comes from 2006. So as soon as we purchased the property, we contacted the city of Fort Lauderdale to see what exactly we need to do in order to, first of all, be in compliance with the case and ask for the lien reduction. So we've been in constant contact with the city code compliance officers, doing things that needs to be done. We applied for the lien reduction. We've been thinking, we had to clean up the entire yard. We had to repaint the house. We had to redo the fence. So we basically took all the steps necessary to bring the property into compliance, and we are asking for the lien reduction as of right now. And I'm so sorry, sir, but there was an issue with the sound, so we could not hear what is the city asking as for the amount.
The city is asking for $13,357.
$13,000, and with all due respect, we are asking, $5,000 reduction to reduce the lien amount to $5,000.
Please.
All right. As to case number CE 06021432, I'm going to grant the petition for the reduction, and I'm going to reduce the total fine to $9,203.38. Be payable within 60 days, not payable in full in 60 days, will revert to the original amount and not be eligible for any further reductions.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
Thank you, sir.
Our next case is on page 11. With a property address located at 3431 Southwest 13th Court. Owner, Harding FLA LLC. Case number CE 19060535. There's a total lien amount of $15,550 and city direct cost of $859.30. The city is requesting $2,332.50.
On behalf of the applicant.
I should swear in again. Sorry.
I'm sorry, can you hear me? This is my property.
Okay. Ma'am, I have read your entire file, the application for reduction, and this is your opportunity to tell me anything else you think I should know in ruling on your petition.
Yes, thank you. So this is a house that my company owns. We have a professional property manager that was in charge of the property and just misled us about being in compliance. I submitted some of the documentation. He told us he was in compliance with the code enforcement officer and that we would not be fined on the property, and he had taken care of everything. So it is our policy and our protocol to take care of our properties and be a good neighbor. So we were mortified to find that this was not the case here, and that property manager is no longer with us. In response, we just ask for mitigation to the extent possible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Mr. Case number CE 19060535. I'm going to grant the petition to reduce the lien. I'm going to reduce the lien to $2,332.50. Be paid in full within 60 days. Not paid in full within 60 days will revert to the original amount and not be eligible for any further reductions. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 11 for the property located at 3490 Southwest 19th Street. Owner Sandra B. Cortez. For case number CE 19010202, which has a totaling amount of $24,550 and city direct cost of $1,027.28. The city is requesting a reduction to $2,455. My apologies, Your Honor, the respondent is not in the room, so we're going to call the next case. Our next case is on pages 3 and 4 for the property address located at 1323 Northwest 15th Avenue. Owner 1323 Northwest 15th Avenue, Inc. For case number CE 181214661 on page 3. And for case number CE 1308185 on page 4. This property has a total combined lien amount of $22,800 and total combined city direct cost of $1,820.66. The city is requesting in total for both cases a reduction to $2,960.
Hi, Ms. Crawford. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Give me just a moment, ma'am. Okay, I recall the case. I've read your application on each, read your complete file. Okay, ma'am. Anything else you want to tell me regarding your petition for reduction of the lien?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to see what is the minimum amount that the city can do, because this property for us, all of this time has been nothing but a struggle, mainly because of the tenants. We have changed the sod so many times. We have redo the driveway. We have done so many things to it that is only had implicated like costs to us. And, you know, it's just gotten to a point where I didn't even know that this was happening and how much it was accumulating over simple things that we could have taken care right away, and that we did take care of them right away. Because if you see at the history of our property, it has been the constant problem with the grass, with the driveway, with different things that unfortunately have been deteriorated by the tenants that have been there. And it's just been a terrible struggle for us. And I would respectfully request to see if you can reduce everything to $2,500. I would be super comfortable to do as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
On case number CE 18121461, I'm going to grant your request to reduce the lien. I'm going to reduce the lien to $1,250, and I'm going to reduce the lien on case number CE 13081985 to $1,250 for a total of $2,500 to be payable within 30 days. Sufficient?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Payable within 30 days, not paid in full within 30 days, will revert to the original amount, not be eligible for any further reduction. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Our next cases are on pages 5 through 10. For the property address located at 1445 Northwest 7th Terrace, owner Merrill Lynch Mortgage Trust and all others in care of Nation Star Mortgage LLC. For case number CE 19020214, case number CE 08041908, case number CE 08051987, case number CE 15051063, and case number CE 19100107. This property has a total lien amount of $3,825,125 and city direct cost of $7,464.48. The city is requesting for all cases a reduction to $14,425.78.
Okay.
Miss Fabricio?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Do you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceeding?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, I recall these, I believe, total of 5 cases, recall them very well, read the entire file. It set several records because you've got over $3,800,000 in liens. So, ma'am, anything else you want to tell me regarding the petition to reduce the liens?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. As you stated, there are over $3 million in liens. My understanding is that 2 of the cases, CE 08051987 and CE 15051063, are actually barred by the foreclosure and list pendants that were filed. And we have paid the hard cost as to 3 other cases, and we are asking for a reduction in liens as to cases CE 19100107 and CE 19020214, as those are both in compliance.
Counsel, so you're comfortable with the fines staying on the other 2 cases?
As to the ones that were barred by the foreclosure and list pendants?
Liens are barred by the foreclosure action, not fines. But the liens will stay, I mean, the fines will stay open unless you want to resolve those now as well.
What are the fines? I did not have that information, so I do apologize. I only have the actual balance that is well over $3 million.
That's the amount. The fines equal the liens. Liens are only foreclosed by courts, not the fines. The fines can remain because they can be collected from the former property owner. Most subsequent purchasers in foreclosure especially if they've incurred incurred fines on their own behalf, like the bank has in this situation, would also want to clear out those other two for the fines, because sometimes title companies, while the liens are extinguished, the fines are going to show up on a title report.
Right, and again, my understanding was that because the property had been in compliance, my understanding is that it is now a vacant piece of land, and the issues that were, I guess, out of compliance have now been resolved.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. We've got total liens of $3,825,125. The city's recommendation totals $14,425.78, which is less than 0.5% of the total amount of the liens. And given the circumstances, I determined that that is a very reasonable position on behalf of the city. And I don't know if we need to go through each one, but the total is going to be $1,425.78, be payable within 60 days. Not payable within 60 days will revert to the original amount and not be eligible for any further reductions.
Thank you, Your Honor. And will we receive a copy of the order regarding the finding, or?
Yes, an order will be entered within the next few days and go in the mail to you.
Thank you. And you said the total was, and I apologize that I didn't hear,
$14,425.78.
78. Thank you. I had 28. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
This concludes our lien reduction hearing for December 8th, 2020.
Have a good afternoon. See everybody tomorrow.